Brett, with Robert out tonight, how does that affect things?
Fortunately, we have Gerald back. So, you lose one, you gain another. And we'll start Timmy and Gerald at the 2 and the 3 and continue to start TJ and Dario and Jaleel. So really just, the minutes will be absorbed by Gerald, who we didn't have the other night.
I'm sure December 16th feels like forever ago, but Randall did have a career night against you. What did he do in that game, and what makes him dangerous?
I mean, we studied him a lot because we were, a part of high draft pick sort of evaluation during that stage, just like both teams will be coming up. And so I paid attention personally to him a lot. I thought that his ability to rebound and lead a break and really sort of push the tempo a little bit like we see in Dario now with us. I think that his toughness, his versatility, he's committed. He really is a prideful pro. You can tell sort of in his body language and how he gets after it. And I think for them, you just see a progression from what I remember from his college days. And, I think that he's really sort of improving into a solid NBA player.
How do you address the void left by Covington on the defensive end now?
It's the same thing we had to figure out when we lost Gerald. I think that because you miss him as much offensively as well, I think that Timmy Luwawu's effort last night and his continued growth gives me a little bit more comfort that we can, absorb some of the minutes that Robert would have had. I think everybody else, the natural answer is going to have to step up. There will be more opportunity for some others, but he's a big part of what we're doing on both sides of the ball, and for sure he will be missed.
Was Tim, if you saw anything on film, anything better than maybe? I know that the initial takeaways were good yesterday, but anything that stood out more when you went back and watched the game?
I mean, we challenged him in a way that we sort of hadn't went to before, with real sort of attention to Redick. And I think that JJ is one of the league's elite runners. He really just doesn't stop. And the physicality that you have to guard him with, as well as the chase aspect that you have to guard him with, is a difficult combination at times. And I thought that Timmy did it better than he's ever done it. And I think that for us to feel comfortable, confident, for him to end that game last night or yesterday afternoon was another reflection of what we think he can be.
Do you try to, I guess, maybe balance game situations, but also with some of the guys farther down the bench, get them minutes? Maybe a guy like a Long or a Harper who just haven't been able to get into the last couple of games?
I mean, it's really, you feel a responsibility to help them, for sure. You feel more of a responsibility to put the team in a position to win. Tonight will be a little bit different because Robert had been acting as our backup four to Dario. And really, like when you take Dario out of the Robert out of the mix, you're going to see one of those guys. You're going to see one of them. I suspect it's going to be Sean Long that will come in and get into a rotation with Jaleel, Rashawn, Sean Long, and Dario. I think you're going to see those four spin around. And we'll go with the four wings spinning around, and then my 2 point guards, and I see that will be the 10-man rotation tonight.
How close do you pay attention to the Lakers? I know you talked about, the draft, but, it's one of those things where, if they finish above the third pick in the lottery, you guys get that draft pick. Do you pay attention to that a lot?
I mean, I'd not be telling the truth if you aren't aware of it. It doesn't influence me. I think anybody that sees us play and they see, my coaching staff coach understands that, like, you go one way and it's 100 miles an hour. And, that will be the way we do it again tonight and ending the year. We've all been in this spot, a lot over the past few years. It's not uncommon. It's not a foreign place for us. And it's all we do. It's all we know. And we'll handle it with that spirit.
It's kind of like until it happens, you guys are connected on a separate.
Yeah, no, and I understand the whole thing. It's not the elephant in the room. But it is, watch my guys play. watch him in Portland, watch him against the Clippers. I don't think much more needs to be said.
With Gerald, are you going to be limiting any minutes or watching him just in terms of?
We'll watch him. We'll watch him. There really, hasn't been sort of a definitive minute allocation. I have been advised that we should watch him closely, and we will. But it is good to have him back tonight.